I'm on with Derek's note taker. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to take any notes today, Derek.
Uh,
I just made a funny joke to the note taker. I'm like, Derek, I don't know if you're going to be able to take any notes today. It's me.
I totally got my days turned around. And by the time I realized it was Wednesday, it was like 10 till 8. So I thought I'll just wait.
That's all right. So happy right now. My kid's T-ball got canceled. we got a new family member last night, and none of us slept.
What, like a dog? Aw, little kitty.
Too little, too scared, cried all night. I think my wife slept like 10 minutes.
Aw, were
I
they
had to-
strays or did you adopt them somewhere?
My neighbor has like basically a whole farm. He's got like chickens, and he's got all kinds of things, and he's got a ton of cats, and they had babies. Like they have babies
wow.
all the time. And my daughter, who's 11, has been begging for a cat. And she's not a very affectionate kid. And so how can we say no, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I said no, which is really strange because I had animals all my life, and I had a cat too. And when my wife met me, she had a dog, I had a cat, and we had them for years. And so she was always like, and they both died. They were old. And my wife was like, I can't believe you don't want a cat. You had a cat your whole life. And I'm like, dude, like I'm so over like the piss and the shit,
Oh my gosh. I had to leave my dog back with my folks, and I was at the park today working because it was just so nice today. And I thought, oh, I miss having a dog to like just be with. I'm such a dog mom. Well, my shirt says it all, dog mom. But it's like sometimes I like I don't have to clean up dog hair and stuff because I always have German Shepherds and they shed like a mother.
or you don't got to get up at 5 a.m. to walk it.
I never had to. My dogs, I've been really lucky that they have not been that way. The only dog we've had that way was my parents' dog that recently passed away that I told you about at the end of February. But they live in the country, so they just have to open the door and let him out, and he just goes and hangs out outside. So, I never had to go let them out in the middle of the night, which that was so nice.
we had a small dog, and man, we had to take that dog out like clockwork. Like clockwork.
That's when I would make a little doggy door in my door.
Yeah, no doubt. So, great job. Very happy with what you did. And I knew it would take you twice as long as it should because you're still researching stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't actually take as long as I thought. So you're definitely, you're on point. Yeah. So the only thing you find a flow. And then once you kind of get into a theme, that theme usually hopefully can fit across not all, but you got to go sideways sometimes. I would say, just add Shell. This is strange. Shell just is Shell in this group?
Yeah.
She is, right? Mm-hmm. Good morning. I just went in to hop on the call and it's over. The last 2 weeks, the call has been from 11 to 12.
She's clicking on the wrong link, probably.
Today it was at 10. Okay, let me tell you. It's 1 p.m. Eastern in RBA and 2 p.m. Eastern in GBP. So we are live in GBP land. Okay. So yeah, just those couple notes is ask chat to add the cities and towns around. Like if you're doing a post for like the AC guy in Parkland, Florida, you're going to say at the, you'll write it and you'll be okay. And make sure to add the service areas, cities that we service in and around Parkland, Florida as well. And it'll give you like 5 to 10 cities. Extreme Tires, that one's a little different because their shop, and if you're going to have to go just on that one, you're going to have to go back and read some of my content because their shop is in Sunrise, Florida.
Yeah, I think I have. Let me pull that up. I saved it.
But their mobile is from Palm Beach County all the way to Key West, which is literally like a 5-hour area.
This was Extreme.
Extreme Tires, yeah.
Okay, I have there for my watermarking Sunrise because I would look at your photos and see what you did.
So, yes, Sunrise is their shop. But
Okay.
they have a mobile fleet that can go everywhere. So you're gonna have to look back a few posts, and you'll notice that I write like, come visit us at the shop in Sunrise, Florida, and servicing these towns, or call us anytime on the road at work or or on the road at work or at home, in any of the cities from Key West all the way to Palm Beach County. So sometimes I'll say that too. And I used to say that when I wrote it organically.
Okay, added that.
You'd probably have to go back half a dozen because I was lazy and got away from it.
Okay.
I don't know why Shell's not on. So she went into, I texted her. I mean, I messaged her. So we'll give her some time. Okay. So here, I want to be extremely transparent with you.
Mm-hmm.
I love what you did, and I want you to continue to do it. That's the good news. The bad news, if it can be called bad, and again, I don't have any of this right now, is eventually, Shell.
I didn't even know that I had done that. I thought this was just the same thing, but switched over. So thanks for clarifying. Now I knew what was happening.
I'm gonna cut you slack because you live in California.
I'm like, what the heck? This changed, but I forgot that I had been invited to the GBP, and it's different. So when you said GBP land, I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
Which this time actually doesn't work that good for me. The 10 to 11 works way better for me. So
yeah, whatever. Get on either one.
Yeah,
this
I know.
One's cool. This one's cool because it's just us so far. Like
Right,
sometimes we get a random. Feel like we're in college. Sometimes we get a random friend, and it's we don't know what to do with them. Right.
That's so funny. No, I was wondering why the last couple of weeks I'm like, why did it change by an hour? And it's just like me and Brandy and maybe some other person. I don't care. I think it's great, but I'm like.
So here's the good news, Brandy took over my a lot of my Google profiles. I think 16, 17 of them, and she did all the posts. She did review replies, and it's actually working out smooth. And here's the bad news, not really bad news, but here's what we have to think about how to scale a business, right? And again, Brandy, I'm not saying that you can't have a place involved in this as a part of my team. Software will eventually take that job, right? It's out there now. So there are platforms that can do all this for us, right? Like, so I know Go High Level has it. I don't buy any software, and you guys know that. But eventually something's going to come along where it's too good to pass up. And I can just schedule out the next month of Google profiles and have an AI, agent in that software understand what I want, just like a human. Is it just like a human? I don't know. Is the cost going to be any less or more than having you do it, Brandy? Probably very close to the same. So I'm not doing that. I have no software. But eventually, right, we want you to have 24 Google profiles that you can use software to optimize so that we're not spending 4 hours a week on it, right? We're spending 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week, really prospecting. Now you've allowed me to now switch gears to do that. I mean, yeah, I still have about a dozen accounts that I'm optimizing, but because they're a little trickier. But and I don't know if you saw in that spreadsheet, I have another spreadsheet with social media stuff on it, but on that spreadsheet, you'll see a lot of the ones have Yelp accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to go in and do those too. I'm not going to give you the Yelp accounts because it takes me like literally 10 seconds to do. But and you're doing enough. So I'm not testing software. I haven't seen any software, but that's where this, a real agency would go. And there used to be part of this was like, we don't want AI to do it. That's completely changing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to embrace that somehow. Now, can we embrace it can we embrace it together and grow as a team? Of course, right? So but it's kind of cool that might be able to do what we do. And can it do it better? Supposedly there's software out there that can watermark, geotag, it can learn. These new AI agents that you're talking to in the software will learn your style, will learn your isms, to where humans get lazy. We admit it, right? Brandy, me and you can sit there and admit that the post that we're going to do for the first week of April is basically going to be kind of the same post across 17 platforms, because I'm not going to rethink it 17 times. Well, my AI buddy, Johnny, or we'll call him Joey, he can rethink it 17 different times. So it might actually benefit us to have different content over the course, because, we would never want to see the same picture for my tire guy as my plumber if they're even anywhere near each other. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be wild, right? And I'm guilty of that. Totally guilty of that. I'll use that same picture across 10 of them. I try not to, but I will. Mm-hmm. And so these agents will build pictures too in real time. Like, you don't even have to go find pictures. It'll build a picture, watermark it, tag it. So that's coming, and we need to embrace it. And we need to figure out, like, okay, what else can we do to profit and be part of this team? Because I want you part of the team. Okay. So as we learn and grow and we learn and we accept AI, that is going to be part of the challenge. Is AI takes jobs. Mm-hmm. Clearly, right? We know that's coming. And how can we now facilitate a different role for people on our team? Because right now it's just me, you, and Nikki who builds the websites. That's it. Mm-hmm. So Shell, these are good problems to have that will come up. Is there will be a point where you have to decide, are you going to do this yourself, or are you going to use AI or I should say software? And I told myself at 20 accounts, I was going to use software. And at 20 accounts, I just couldn't do it. I'm like, no, I can do this. I can do 20 accounts in 2 hours. So I'm not going to buy software. And then those 20 accounts, went down to 18, went up to 22, went down to 20, go to 25 or whatever. Brady can see the numbers on that side. But so I'm still reluctant to use software for two reasons. Whenever somebody says, let's use this software, something better comes along. Right? So am I going to keep changing software? So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens and what the best product is going to be. And we'll learn it from these guys. We'll learn what the best product's going to be from Zach and Derek, I'm sure. So we'll wait and see what happens. But I've never been part of the Web Pro marketing suite. Did you guys do that? Is that how you built Shell? You just use Web Pro? Okay. And Brandy, were you ever part of that? No. So you're like me. You just did everything organic.
Yeah.
Okay. Shell, before I go back to Brandy, what are we working on?
So this is the start of the 5th month for the makeup artist I have in Hawaii. And I think I told you I figured out that she could only get so high because all the other companies had the word Maui in it. So she did all of her paperwork on her end, got everything ready just in case for when we switched it. It's basically styled in Hawaii, but now it'll be styled in Hawaii Maui. And
I remember.
So she got all her paperwork, and I was like, okay. I was like, let's say a prayer, you know, and it totally went through. We didn't have to show anything. They just verified it, right? So now it's been 2 weeks since I've been doing all this stuff for almost 5 months, and she has the Maui. She's like, she's already been seeing progress for a few months, but in the last 2 weeks, she's like, I'm getting so many inquiries, like it's crazy. So she's like psyching right now because instead of getting last minute referrals from other companies where she only makes, you know, like 30%, right now, this is all of her. Like she's making all her own money. So she's pumped. She sends a message to me and another girl that she knows and is basically like, hey, I just want to, you know, testify about like what Shell's doing, blah, blah, blah. And this woman owns a coffee shop that has 3 locations on Maui. And they have so many reviews. They're like the perfect client. It's kind of like the tattoo guy. Like they're doing well, but they're not quite making it up there. So I have to send her some stuff this week. I had a quick call with her last night. She seems interested. So we'll see if she actually goes through with it, but it's a lead for 3 Google business profiles. And that would be my first time getting someone that has like multiple locations. So I have to work on that. And then the makeup artist also is wanting me to maybe do blog for her website, not entire SEO. And so I had a question about like, what would you charge? And would you just do 1 blog a month, 2 blog a month? I guess it's up to them. But she doesn't have time to do that. So she wants to bring me on to just write blogs for her website.
What industry is that?
Hair and makeup for like everything, but mostly for weddings.
So the way I do that is I'll do 2 blogs a month for 200, or I'll do 4 for 349.
Okay. All right. And then
I mean, it's not AI is writing it. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
Right. That's what I was gonna ask. Right. Okay. Okay. So because right now it's $200 a month is what she's one of my first clients, right? So she's at 200 for just the GBP. So okay, you're saying 200 for 2 blogs.
Yeah. I would do. Yeah, I don't do blogging for less than 200. It's just, it is AI, but I'm going to proof it. It's longer than an update, way longer. It's got to be spaced correctly. Are you putting it on the website, or are you going to just hand it off to somebody? You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I don't know how to use Squarespace. I'm sure for the blog, I'm sure I could go on this obviously school and be like, hey, someone help me, or just research it myself.
Yep.
But I think
Squarespace is pretty friendly.
Okay.
But you still got to know what you're doing, or you'll screw their website up.
Right. So
and it's more like
she
it's not really about the program or the software. It's about spacing. And I know that sounds weird, but when you take something that you wrote and you put it in a blog on a website, the software on the website likes to like change it all around on you, mess up the spacing. It's going to take bullet points out. So you almost got to write it like a 3rd grader. And then you're going to have to like almost rearrange it with the headers, different size headers in the back end. And if you don't know that software, that can get tricky. Hopefully they have someone that you can just hand it off to.
Yeah, well, she knows how to do it. She doesn't have someone else that she would hand it off to. So it would be like, I got to figure it out, or I'll just talk to her because she had all the training when they did her website. And she's like, I think she just doesn't have time.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. Someone in here would definitely know Squarespace. Squarespace is pretty popular.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, those are the things.
Yep. My original website was built on Squarespace.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I WebPro is literally the only thing I've ever used. I've only built like 1.5 websites. So, okay. I had another thing I wrote down. So
no, great traction. So Brandy, what I was going to say to her before she told me that the person that told her, like, basically like, I'm getting crushed on calls, right? That's what we want to hear. And the next thing I was going to ask her is, did you ask for a referral? But the person gave her a referral, so I didn't.
Yeah, no, like it was so crazy. She's like, I'm going to include my friend in on this. And I'm like, oh, what's this message going to be? And she was just like singing my praises, and then wasn't even trying to refer this woman, was just like, hey, you're a businesswoman. If you know anyone, this is what Shell does. And then the lady literally was like, oh, last week I was actually just praying about like, I need to find someone. I was like, here, it's me. So we'll see if it works out with her. But if not, I know this woman, she already buys some other products from me. I make skincare. Anyways, she already likes me, so I know she would just refer me to other people that she meets anyway. So
And
yeah, we'll see what
Brandy,
happens.
Brandy, so you know, I'm super guilty of not asking for referrals. My biggest roadblock. I get so busy in the things that you do now for me. That's a game has to be a game changer for me. I have to, like, my whole thing for this year was to open up the company, get all the billing and all that stuff, and get it all set up right, all the paperwork. And then the second one was going to be ask for referrals. And so this happened with you at the perfect time. So what's the other thing, Shell?
Oh, it was just the tattoo guy was like, I'm looking and I can't find anything. And like, I don't really know how to respond to that other than like, I said, well, you know, are you asking your friends to look from their phones? Are they in that location? Do they know how to change their location? Are you looking from your phone? Because Google will recognize if you keep searching it, it's not going to always be accurate, right? Because they'll see that, oh, this is a website that you're going, or a Google business profile you're going to often. You know, he didn't seem like stressed. It was more of just like asking, like, hey, how come it's not pulling up for me? But I did it last night and I'm like, it was pulling up for me.
Well, I'm going to do it right now. So let's go. Oh, it's got to suck it. Sorry. Let's see. California. Why did my GS locator change?
And then I want to pick your brain of how you're doing 20 Google business profiles in, what did you say? 2 hours or 1 hour?
I can do 10 an hour. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I need to get faster or do less.
All right.
Or maybe I'm just still in the uptake phase of like adding all the products, responding to the reviews. Are you saying once you're kind of at like that even keel place, it only takes you a few minutes?
Correct.
Okay. And then are you already, when you go into, you know, use AI to make an update, are you taking that and then putting it into one of those like, what would Zach, I forget what he called it, but you put it into something that basically tells you if it's human or AI. Do you put it into that?
No,
Or
I
do you
don't.
just, okay, all right. I haven't been doing that either, just to save time. But then do you also do like what I do is I'll go into ChatGPT and be like, hey, make me kind of like 12 suggestion like ideas basically over the next X amount of months for twice a week, blah, blah, blah. So that way I can just copy and paste that and then say, hey, make this 1,500. Is that kind of like how you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I guess, yeah, I think I'm just really busy still with uploading all the photos and responding to reviews and making service products. But I think when I get to the place of just doing updates, then it should be, I guess that sounds right, about 10 minutes.
So he's second. Yeah, he's showing.
And it's not sponsored because like, how can you even other than it saying sponsored, how can you tell when it doesn't say it, but it is?
So yeah, it's tricky. If there's more than one, if there's like 2 or 3 that are sponsored, usually there's something that Google will have underneath the last sponsored one that it'll say like, I just saw it yesterday. It'll say like last sponsored or not sponsored. It was weird. Sometimes you're not wrong. Sometimes you know, and sometimes you don't know. And sometimes there's a break. Sometimes when there's just so many, there's a break. And then there's like the map and then organic. And then sometimes there's a break, the map, and then more sponsored and organic. So, but he's not sponsored. This one's not sponsored. He's second. Yeah. So I had a guy just like this, and he would have his wife search, his friends. Oh my God, this guy drove me crazy. And this guy is not doing that to you, right? But be ready for it. And the only thing you can do is show him, hey, I'm going to shoot a video. I'm going to change my computer's location. And I'm going to show you what happens when you're open on my computer right in real time right now. There's no tricks on my computer. I'm not putting the town in or anything like that. And then you do it and you show them like, look, you're ranking second. This cannot be disputed. But you're being ranked second to where Google thinks the center of Hollywood is. or whatever longitude and latitude Google's using, that's where it's using for position, for the pin of Hollywood. You're ranking second in a huge search from Google right now. Now, if someone's checking where you are and they're across town, it's not going to exactly look this way. Google doesn't give us exactly how they rank. We know what helps rank. A lot of it is still geographical because it's a map product. But I'm going to segue that into my next whole spiel. So that's all you can do. And sometimes I'll use different variations of keywords with you. It's not really that necessary, but like you could write like best tattoo parlor near me, best tattoo shop near me, where do I get a tattoo in Hollywood, and see where he ranks up. But from Keyword Planner, and this is the point to drive home. We know from Keyword Planner that tattoo shop near me is the number one keyword search term. So I can show you 15 others, and we're going to get different results for each keyword. I like to show 3, so I like to use like plumber near me, plumbing company near me, plumbing contractor near me, or licensed plumber near me. And they're not always going to be the same. Like I'll usually get in the top 3 on the biggest one, and then I might be 3rd, 4th, or 5th on the other 2. But they got to be okay with that, right? Like they're ranking for the best term. That's our job, right? We can't cover. It's not a monopoly. Google's not going to let us monopolize all the different keyword terms. But that I just went into this in the last group. What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Motis.
Yeah, Motis. Keep in mind that you're in a perfect position to capture AI search. So right now you're being, your company's being found through ads and organic search, like I'm just showing you now, and location, right? So all those things are working for you right now. What is an unknown factor at this point is how much weight is AI search going to be given? Meaning, if you ask ChatGPT, I'm looking for a tattoo shop in Hollywood, Florida, or Hollywood, California, what do we got? Because you're not going to ask ChatGPT for the tattoo shop near me, because Chat doesn't know where you are yet, right? And it's going to be like, well, where are you? And you're going to say Hollywood, California. Well, we don't know what type of marker they're using for that. So how's it going to give us the answer? Content and rank and reputation. So that's where the importance of content and reviews and good reviews matter now, because people are using Chat to find companies, and they're not asking for the closest one, they're asking for the best one. So they're literally asking Chat, who's the best tattoo artist in Hollywood? Well, how do you prove that? You better have a brand online. If you don't, a year from now, this is going to be a completely different conversation between your media people and me, or you and your media people, meaning us. So that's good news for us. Great news for us. The content will matter more. The content will matter more, way more. It has to.
Just strictly the Google business profile, not his website, or both?
All of it.
Okay, because his website sucks.
Yeah, all of it. Because where's Chat getting? Chat's not getting their information from the Chat encyclopedia. Chat's getting its information from the web. So the bigger the footprint, the higher it's going to rank for AI. So I tested this on my gym. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, what's the best gym to go to? What's the best CrossFit gym to go to in Davie, Florida? Now there are 3. And it says the best gym based on reviews and like material and articles is CrossFit Conquest. And one of my clients showed me that. It was actually one of my coaches. Like, look, I did this last night, and I thought you'd think it was funny, because they know what I do on the side. I'm like, yeah, that's great. I didn't even know. This was like 5, 6 months ago, and I wasn't even thinking about AI. I'm like, wow, that's wild. I'm like, well, I'm glad I won, because I'd look pretty terrible if I didn't, right? So it took everything into account. It took our Instagram, social media, GBP, website, blogging. I do it all. So we have a huge presence online. So that was comforting. And so that will become a bigger pitch for us in the future. Like this person who wants you to write blogs for them, clearly they see some value in that. This is the reason. Yes, we need a bigger footprint on the web because this is coming at us. And it's coming at us like in hyperspeed, right? In light speed. So we got to be ready for it. And if these people that are ranking on their GBP just because of location, like you see them, you go up there, you click on their Google profile, they have no products, no updates, no review replies, and they're ranking second. And you're like, it's hard for us to tell our client, like, how is this happening? It's got to be happening because of length on Google and proximity to the search. That's the only way it could happen. We want that to change. People want it to change. Why should the coffee shop with 3 stars get first position? They shouldn't. They should be buried. You should care about your company.
Oh, this is good. This is all good,
info
it's like stuff that, like I said, I feel like I explained part of this, but hearing you say all of that, and actually the AI question that I asked Zach about website stuff like a few months ago, and I'm like, what's the deal with exactly what you just said, typing in the things in Chat GPT, and obviously they're getting it from the internet. So I know I want to talk to him about a website maybe closer to the 3-month mark once we've gotten a little bit further, but it's I couldn't even build that. I need to find someone to do it quickly and outsource it, right? And then what is that? Yes, I was like, John, I feel like your lady, right? Kristen, what's her name? But then how would that work?
Who?
What's her name? You have Brandy, and then what's the other girl's name that builds your website?
Nikki.
Kristen. Yeah. I was way off.
Yeah, I only hire
Tammy.
girls. I only
was way off.
I only hire girls with vowels in their last name.
That's so funny.
We just did a plumber. I finally landed the plumber, and we just knocked out his website in 2 days. Now I ain't giving it to him yet. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks so he knows that it's $2,000 worth of work. Brandy,
right?
This is all part of your new pitch. It's not just about rank. It's about AI search is going a certain way.
Well, I can attest to the GBP thing because I do that here. I literally go on chat and say, give me the best bakery in this area. Well, it already knows where I'm at because it's learned my location, but I can attest to that. I ask chat to define, and then it always brings up the one that has the best ratings.
Yeah, and you said it, right? You don't ask for the one closest to you.
Yeah.
You ask for the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The best one that knows the neighborhood you're in already. But if it didn't, it wouldn't know where you are. But even if it knows where you are, it's not going to give you the closest one. Mm-hmm. It's going to give you the best one. And if it does give you the closest one, it's going to tell you this is closer, but this one's ranked better.
It does do that all the time.
Right. Because it acts like a person, right? And Google doesn't. And we want Google to act like people, right? We want Google to start acting like people instead of just throwing these garbage GBPs in the top spots. It's awful. It's awful. So I just think this is more fuel for our fires to pitch, especially with AI. Shell, back to your point, I also asked Zach about a month ago. Zach, because I've been in this group 2 years almost, and I was like, Zach, when I first got on, you said no AI, don't use chat, use everything. This was when everyone just learned what chat was. Everything organic, write. Practice writing because you're going to need to write a lot. And I did. And then a month ago, I was like, that's how I learned. And now I just don't have time. So everything's AI. I'm like, am I getting penalized from that? And he was like, no, at this point, he believes that Google doesn't care if it's real or AI as long as it's on there. But he did say, no duplicate content. You got to proof it. You got to tweak it. You got to edit it. You got to massage it until it's relative to what you're trying to get across, other than like really cookie cutter posts. So that, and you can see, Brandy, in my last, my history, every post is different, obviously. So yeah, so we're all going AI. So yeah, Shell, I don't write anything anymore. I don't even write review replies. I did up until a little bit ago. Stop doing that too. I had no time.
Yeah, I'm using help from AI for that. I definitely tweak it a lot, but at least I can get the bones. I can throw in a few things and then I'm like, okay, now I can just do this really quickly.
Yeah. I don't even like what it says sometimes. So I have to go back and change the whole thing around.
I know. I have to do it a lot too. It's kind of, do you pay for chat, or do you just use the free? Okay, you just use it until it's like you're maxed out or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
and you're only maxed
with 20.
You're only maxed out on the subject. You can just start it again.
Oh, interesting. But does it save your stuff from before, like all your suggestions? No. So that's the only sucky part I don't like, but I don't want to pay for it either.
No, I don't pay for it. I mean, I made it this.
I figured.
There was another another point I was gonna make about that, about AI. I can't recall. Oh,
I think you're right though, that they don't care if it is human and whatever anymore, because their whole system is AI now. So why would they be prejudiced against us doing it when their whole system is the same thing?
Right, and they better get with the times, right? Because with Gemini's getting pretty good, but they really don't have a Gemini, tool like chat. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that to be available so we can use Google for Google. That's really what I want to do. I don't want to use chat. I don't want to use chat or Gronk or any of these other ones. I want to use Google for Google. Yeah.
Oh,
what was I gonna tell you guys? It was kind of important. Anyways, Shell, I'm going to Dallas or wherever they decide this next one's gonna be. I know you got kids, so it's probably. I know you got kids, but man, it would be cool if you could go. I'm telling everybody.
In July or June.
One of those. It's after school's over. That I know.
Yeah. Okay, and then is it just you get there, and if you're part of the community, you go, or what's the ticket? How does that work? Like, how much is it to attend?
They're only taking a certain amount. They had one price on it, and it went up to like $3,500 because they want this one to be really, really, really cool. But I don't know. They had a special running up until April Fool's Day. So I don't know what that spot was. I bought mine like a month ago. I bought mine super early. So if you're, if you're interested, shoot Zach a message and ask him what it would be, and if you could still get the April Fool's price or something.
Okay, I gotta look at my calendar first to see, because
I know that was my problem. I have never been able to go to one of these because I do a bazillion sports with my kids, but but this is I know that this is going to be a game changer, and if Brandy was in America, I would make her go with me. This is going to be one of those things, Shell. This is going to be one of those things, and I'm not trying to. I get nothing out of telling you this.
Oh, you're the type. Yeah.
You're the type of person that will go, and I'm a coach, and I'm paying full price. So
right.
I know that this is going to happen. I know that I'm going to go. And why do I really want to go? Here's the truth. I really want to, and this is being recorded. I really want to go because I've never met these guys in person, and I want to get out of town for a few days and away from all the responsibilities, you know what? And just have a weekend to myself, call it business or whatever. But I'm going just because I need a hall pass, right? And I told the guys that, I go, guys, are we working or is this a hall pass? And they looked at me like, what's a hall pass? I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, so the reality is I want to just get, because you seem to be like me. I have no time. I am going from my gym that I run in the morning to this stuff in the afternoon, to swim, to t-ball, to taekwondo, to gymnastics. I don't even know what day it is right now. So a couple days where I can focus, right, would be epic. And so I talked to some of the guys that went to the one in St. George, and they were like, this is an absolute game changer. Not only do you come away refreshed, but you come away with a lot more skills and tools that we can use to scale. Because Shell, you don't need help selling, right? You're going to need help delegating and trusting other people to do what you can't do because of time, which is I was super lucky to find Brandy and Nikki for that matter. And you're going to run into the same issue, probably not too far down the road. And and then you'll learn how to scale. So one thing, I know how to scale, but I'm my biggest enemy, right? I tend not to because I have my hands on everything. And I got to figure out how to not have my hands on everything all the time. And the same thing with my CrossFit gym. My hand is on everything. It's really hard for me to relinquish control of that place. So learning better in this business by letting Nikki do websites, by letting Brandy do posts and stuff like that. But you better believe I still edit everything. I'm still going to look at this website that was built tomorrow, and I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to find 10 mistakes or things that I think should be better, opposed to just handing it over and them finding it, right? So, and I feel like you would probably do the same. So the people that I spoke to that went to St. George came out of this and made their money back like almost immediately.
Whoa.
Yeah. Zach said,
no, I'm about investments for sure. Money doesn't like scare me in terms of like, even if I'm like, oh, okay, great. I don't have $3,000 right now. Cause we're budgeters and we have everything as to where it should be. But the same thing when I joined this, I was like, this is an investment and I'm going to do this. And of course I made my money back within just a few months, just from like pushing. Right. So the money doesn't scare me. The time is, I got to just look at the time.
I showed Brandy how long it took me to make my money back. It was a long time. It was a long time. I showed somebody in the group this, and I showed them a spreadsheet of all my in and out. And it had to have taken me way longer than you because nothing was available back then, just rank and rent. So I didn't have Google profiles. Rank and rent led me to website builds that allowed me to pay it off. Yes, that takes
much longer.
Yeah, once I started getting GBPs, I had this thing paid off in no time. But I didn't start doing GBPs until like 7-8 months in, 9 months in. And they made me a coach like immediately once I started getting them. So yes,
I will say though, when I did pay it off, I was doing I do massage too. So I was shoving all of that money into it as well. So it wasn't just, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I'm just saying that I knew I'd pay it off and I'm going to make sure it's paid off. So that's all I want to say.
So I want to now invest like you are saying, more money into the machine, because first of all, I know these guys walked away with no money. They made no profit, and they generated, I want to say like $5,000-$6,000 on site in business for the people that went. And I only think like 5 people went.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's good. It's a tight group. They only allow like 7, maybe. It's going to be a tight group where you sit down with Zach and Derek and Wake and whoever you want to sit down with, and you do like one-on-ones. You bring your laptop and they show you how to scale a business. That's what I want.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, other than the debauchery that I thought I was going to do that I'm not doing.
You're crazy.
I know my wife used to say these things. Like, you're a nut. And I'm like, I know I have too much responsibility. So yeah, I hope you can go. I'm telling everybody that are on these calls, like, you have to go. Because I know it's a game changer. I do. I know these things are game changers. So
yeah.
Brandy, where we at? Anything you working on? Anything on your end that you're cooking up?
I just prospected a lot today, so there was one response, one reply.
To what?
She said that she doesn't have the finances right now, but she will put me down because she'll eventually want a website, and she sells supplements, I think was the one.
Was it how'd you find her?
I joined a couple months ago. I joined a Facebook group called Small Business Owners by Women or something like that. And
Okay.
I just go on there and I see when people post, like a lot of times there'll be a post that say, post your small business below. So then I go on there and I just go through all of them and send a message if I think that they're worth it. And I'll say, do you need help growing your business? I can do that sort of message. And I get a lot of response back, but still not closing yet.
Okay.
Because I let them know, hey, we're both in this group, so I'm not some random crazy person. And it's woman to woman, so it's all women. So I feel like that's more trustworthy for women to feel
Right.
more, So I feel like I get a lot of more responses, but still haven't closed anybody yet.
Okay. Keep at it. I'm here to help.
Yeah. I get frustrated with it because it's like I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what to do to make people want to close.
Start mentioning the AI, right?
Okay.
Don't get left behind. Focus on Google profiles. The website builds will come after that.
Yeah, that's what I pitch first is the Google profiles, and then they'll ask me, do you offer anything else? And I'll say the social media, and then if you need a website, I work with a team. We make you websites. And so I won't mention that until they ask, but I always pitch the Google business profiles first.
Oh, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let me and show did you want me to check anything else for you or answer any other questions?
No, let me double check on my notes. I don't think so. Sorry, I'm like in the middle of shopping.
No, that's okay. So I'm gonna while you think, I'm gonna show Brandy,
Yeah.
and you'll see this too. I have a review to reply to here. Let me show you how I do this in real time. So we got to review our mean, right? Let me see what I got here. Our mean full review. I take this, I read it really quick, nothing crazy in there. I go to chat. Write a review reply from us at Rain Roofing Pros of Lubbock, Texas. Mention some of our services and the towns around us we service in all of West Texas. And then I'm going to write Armin wrote, right? So it actually knows who to reply to. Watch. It's going to give me something really good, but it's going to give me something that it gives me every time, which I don't like. All right. It's going to say thanks. It's going to say what we do, where we do it. Tarping protecting from further damage, right? All their other stuff that they do. So this is perfect, but I don't like this. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Chat's huge on that.
Mm-hmm.
Every post, every review, they start it with this. Like, I wish I had $1 every time I saw this. At. It hasn't learned that I don't like that. Right? So I'm going to say reword the start of paragraph 2. Do not start it with at rain, blah, 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 blah. You got to tell it to put it back together.
Mm-hmm.
Or it'll just give you that. It's so silly. See what happens.
I know, it's so crazy for how smart it is. Like what you're doing is what I do. And sometimes I get so annoyed.
I even tell it, don't sound AI, sound like a human being, and it sounds better.
Yeah. Okay, love it. Now make it sound more human. I've never done that. Let's try it. That might change it up a little bit.
What? You've never done that? Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I think maybe once. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. And I like this. Oh, watch, Brandon. Remove long hyphens.
Oh yeah, I remember. See, I use those, so I never think of that. I use those when I type.
The long one?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the long hyphen?
You just hit the dash twice. That's what I do.
Yeah, so I've never the dash twice,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a space in between.
Well, I feel like when I use it, it always connects it.
Oh, maybe you're on an Apple, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. So I like this. This came out really nice. We're gonna do that. That's probably a good 600 characters. And let's see if I'm right. And now this will cue us if there's any other review. 900 characters. Boom. We're all caught up. Brandy, if you come into one and it says reply to this review as well, you have 2 more to reply to, only if they're current. Because sometimes I don't get the notification from Google.
Mm-hmm.
But if you says reply to this one, you look at it and it's like 3 months old, don't reply to it.
Okay.
So I'll take care of any backlog. I know a couple of them have them. Or if it's a bad review, I should have noticed that when I forwarded it to you. But if I didn't, let me know. Don't reply to anything less than a 5-star.
Okay.
Okay. I figure you probably know that. All right. So that worked out good. So that's how I do it. It's cool. You guys.
Wait,
do
I didn't know that. Don't respond. Don't respond to even. Wow.
No, I will. I don't want her to respond. I'll respond. Yeah, no.
Okay. Sorry.
No.
I was
when
like,
when a
that.
bad
I never knew that.
No, when a bad review comes in, I usually get the customer on the phone immediately. And I'm like, dude, I mean, this happens with my tire guy. You're going to see it, Brandy, with Extreme. It happened like right before you started doing his stuff. He got a 1-star review like the day before. And I got a guy there that I can call and we got it taken down. But that's really the only person that it's happened to. And one of my other clients got a 4-star review like a couple weeks ago, and I just replied to it and I was like, should I reach out to the client? And I didn't, only because the client has so many reviews it didn't really do anything to it. He doesn't have a perfect 5, but it really didn't do any damage. And the review wasn't bad. They just said that they waited a little bit longer than they wanted to.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
man, I know
So
that's
what do you do
terrible.
with old reviews that are like 1-star? Like I reach out to these people because some of the things they're complaining about, I'm like, this is kind of like, let's reason with each other here. Like, do you understand that this person's livelihood's on the line because of your like shitty attitude?
Right. Are you talking about new reviews or old reviews?
I'm talking, yeah, new and old. Like, can you do anything about old reviews?
Yeah.
Can you reach out to those people and be like, can you take this down? Like, what do you
So
say?
new reviews that come in that are not good, that I put that in the hands of my client. I'm like, please do whatever you can to make this person happy. And then, I give him his suggestions, right? Because Google's just not going to take it down if it's actually a real review. If it's old reviews, I don't touch them if they're bad, because it can actually do more damage than good. They may be like, why is this person bugging me 2 years later? That was I've only ever written one bad review in my life. And it was a soccer place that we tried out for my daughter. And it was absolutely horrendous. She got hurt. It wasn't supervised. It was unbelievable, unbelievably bad. And my wife went in and wrote this woman the most scathing review I've ever seen. And I'm like, Natalie, like, she's going to find out who we are. Then she's going to do the same thing to my gym that's like a mile away. No, they're not going to know. I didn't put my name, like, my last name is pretty popular around here. So the woman contacted us immediately. No, the woman didn't contact us. The woman replied back this nonsense like, oh, they're trying to ruin a family-owned business. She didn't actually like own up to what had happened. She should have called us and we would have talked about it and we would have changed it. And she never did. She just came back with this ridiculous defensive attitude on the internet. And so I'm like, all right, whatever, leave it. So my point is that if she called me today, it's been like, oh my goodness. 6 years since this happened. If she called me today and was like, hey, you know, I work for so-and-so soccer. We noticed you left this bad review. Is there anything that we can do, you know, to take that down? I'd laugh and be like, absolutely not. That was the worst experience we've ever had. But I can't say that every client would be like that. You know, like boo on her for not calling us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the funny story is, I know the woman's name, and the woman submitted for a free workout at my gym to try my gym, and she's done it twice, and she doesn't know who I am, and she's blown it off twice. Thank God, because like I know this woman's name, I know who she is, and she's tried to come to my gym twice to sign up, and she's blown me off both times. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness she hasn't signed up. Thank goodness she hasn't signed up, because I just know what kind of person she is, you know? All right. All right, cool, ladies. I love it. Brandy, move on to mentioning AI in your pitches. Keep pitching.
Okay.
You're part of the team now. We're going to get these. Even if you have to hand them over to me, I'll land them, and you get part of the money, right? Shell, grow that business, scale that business, and let everybody do part of your process, just like me and Brandy are starting to do. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Don. Appreciate it. Bye, Brandy.
Really think about going to the thing.
I am. I'm gonna look up where is this notification on somewhere on school
You can, or you
Like,
can
how
just
can I
message Zach Coda.
and ask him for the dates and everything.
Yeah, ask Zach. Just message him directly and say, what are the dates? What's the price? And can I get it? Can I get in for any cheaper?
Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay, cool. Brandy, did you do something to your hair? Your hair looks different. It looks good.
I didn't wash it, so I have to wash it tomorrow.
Oh, I guess I just never seen it in the front. It's always like behind you. Anyways, it looks
Yeah,
good.
thanks. I just got out of the shower and it's just not washed, so I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
All right, bye, ladies.
Awesome.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks so much, guys.
You got it. Bye.